Hello, welcome. I'm Susan. This is Comeback Yoga class, and this class is focused on get it up. Yoga focused on your lower body, and um, we are practicing staying in the present moment. And um, for all of us who are human, um, and maybe some of us who are beings. You just staying in the present moment can be challenging when you have a lot of thoughts and you have a lot of stuff going on. Maybe you're busy, or maybe you have, just stuff, the normal stuff that we all go through. Um, so, staying in the present moment is a thing that your yoga practice can help uh, give you some tools for. And we'll start by breathing, inhaling to reach up, and breathing, exhaling to lower your arms down. You don't have to do your arms exactly like I'm doing, um, but you can also engage another sense. So if you want to kind of rub your thumbs across your other fingertips as you bring your arms up, that's a way that you could involve your sense of touch. If you want to make a little bit of noise, breathe in and make a little bit of noise with your inhale, and then exhale. You can make a little bit of noise like a hum or a when you exhale. You could also engage your sense of sight. If you inhale and look up, and you exhale and track your gaze down towards the floor. And maybe you can come up with another creative way to engage another one of your senses while we move through inhale and exhale. This is a really big, soft, um, smooth motion, inhaling to reach and exhaling to lower. And you will notice, perhaps, that even with all of these extra kind of tools to stay present, that your mind wanders, that it drifts, and that's okay. You don't have to struggle with it. You can just kind of observe that, notice what happens when you're inhaling and exhaling and moving, and just kind of sticking in that present moment. And then we'll finish that exercise. Bring your hands back together and pause. You might have been standing up, you might have been sitting down for that part. Either way is fine. Let's move into a standing position now. If you're not already standing, move through your shoulders, and we'll rock forward onto the balls of your feet, your heels, and rock back onto your heels and wiggle your toes. Rock forward a little bit. You don't have to lift your heels much or your toes much. It might just be a tiny amount. Rocking forward and a rocking back. Let's do a couple more. Rock forward and rock back. And engage again, another one of your senses. You can look at something out in front of you, looking at just kind of a little spot on the floor that is kind of interesting. And you could also notice, you could put your hands together and put your hands on the tops of your legs, engaging another sense, another movement. Just stay really present here as you're rocking forward and rocking back. And we'll finish that exercise. Roll through your shoulders, walk your feet out a little bit wider, and let's move our upper bodies. You can turn your torso side to side and let your arms swing. And if you had noticed any tension or efforting that was happening while you were doing those exercises that you still have in your shoulders and your hands, in your chest, just let that wiggle out. And we'll roll shoulders. Let's come into a triangle pose. Turn both sets of toes over to one side. You can take your hands to your hips and tilt your hips a little bit. Let your torso tilt a little bit. And notice what happens when you take your front hand and slide it down in the direction of your knee. If your hand reaches your knee, you can let your knee bend a little and let it push into your hand a little bit. And if your hand doesn't reach your knee, then that's fine too. You can still bend your knee a little. Take your top shoulder and roll it open a little bit up towards the ceiling, and then bring your gaze past your top shoulder, maybe up towards the ceiling. Breathe in, breathe out. We'll inhale to lift up. Rock back onto your front foot, your back foot, and lift your front toes. You're still on your heel, and sit back. This is a half splits. You could reach your front hand down towards your foot. And you might not reach your foot all the way. Again, if your hand comes down towards your knee, you can bend your knee a little. If your hand reaches your foot, that's fine. We'll lift all the way back up to standing. Turn your toes forward, move your hips in a circle, roll through your shoulders, hands together. Let's sit back into chair pose and then rise up into upward reaching, and hands together, sit back into a chair pose. Now, your chair pose can be as deep as you wish, sitting back, hands together, using strength and power of your hips and your thighs, and stretching out and reaching up. And try to keep your attention, your awareness, your focus on one thing, and it can be a thing of your choosing. I'm choosing to focus on the feeling of my hands pressing together as we're inhaling to reach and exhaling to press together and sit back. We'll do one more. Inhale, reach way high, and hands together, sit back. And we'll straighten up and turn toes over to the other side. We're finding our triangle on the side here. Hand on your hip, lift your hip a little, slide your front hand down in the direction of your knee. If it reaches your knee, you can bend your knee a little bit, roll your top shoulder open, and bring your gaze past your top shoulder, maybe up towards the ceiling. Noticing how it feels to be in this triangle pose. You can spread out your toes, lift your arches a little, lengthen your body a little bit. Breathe in, breathe out. And we're inhaling to lift up, step back onto your back foot, lift your front foot, and your heel stays on the floor. We're sitting back and reaching your front hand down in the direction of your front foot. You can hold on to your foot. If it comes all the way there, you could put your hand a little bit higher, a little bit lower around your knee, or you could put your hand on your front knee and let it bend into your hand a little bit. And we'll lift up, come all the way up to standing, move your hips around in a circle, and let's do that rotation one more time. Just turn and let your body get soft and heavy, and shake your hands. Rub your hands together. Let's step up towards the top of the mat. Once you're up towards the top of the mat, you can reach way up towards the ceiling. Look up and bring all of your fingertips together and pull your hands down center line of your body. We'll step one foot back, coming into warrior one position. Front knees bent forward, and your back heel plants down. Fingertips still together out in front of you. And this is your focus. So you're focusing your awareness, the space between your hands. Try to let your elbows come forward towards each other, and then you can seal your hands together too. And then let your elbows come apart and your fingertips stay together, and you make more space between your palms. Let's try that again. Hands together, elbows together, and elbows apart, and fingertips together. Let's sweep around and reach all the way up and overhead. Big ol' warrior one. And we'll gather in and step forward into a balance pose. I'm going to do tree pose, but if you'd rather do dancer pose, that's fine. And I find balancing really does keep me right there in the present moment. Uh, so I'm really focusing on balancing and staying upright and trying not to fall over. And then it becomes not about not falling over, but just being um, wherever I am in the pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Things settle down. And both feet down. Walk your feet out a little bit, hips in a circle. Let's sit back into a chair pose, reach way high, upward salute, arms down. We'll come up to the top of the mat and step one foot back. You're in warrior one position, front knees bent, back heels planted down, fingertips together, elbows apart. And let your elbows come towards each other and seal your palms together. And elbows come away from each other and your fingertips together, your palms are apart. And seal in and open up and seal in and sweep around. Reach out and up and way big. Warrior one, reaching high, looking up. And we're gathering up and stepping together into, again, any balance pose you want. I'm going to step into a tree pose and put my floating foot on the inside of my standing leg. Hands together, breathe in, breathe out. Until I get to the point where I'm struggling less and breathing more. And both feet down. Let's sweep out and come into an X shape, reaching out into all directions, reaching through your fingers, stretching out through your toes, lifting your gaze. Breathe in, breathe out. Exhale, release your arms down. Let's move into downward facing dog. You can turn your gaze down towards the floor, walk your hands down, and let's put our hands on the floor and feet on the floor and make a triangle shape out of your body. Move weight back, lean your hips back, stretch out. And bring your shins down to the floor. Let your hips lean from side to side. And then you can either sit back with your torso up, or you can fold over and bring yourself into child's pose. Roll yourself up. Let's sit with legs folded, however you like. You can bring your hands into your lap with your palms up, and let's squeeze one hand closed while we open the other hand. And then switch, squeeze one hand closed while the other hand opens. Let's add an inhale with a movement. Breathe in. And an exhale with a movement. And inhale, open one hand, close the other. And exhale. Do one more like that. Inhale. And exhale. And release your hands. You can rub your hands together. Take your fingertips to the center of your forehead, smooth out toward your temples. Fingertips to the ridge of your cheekbones, slide down toward your jaw. Back of your hand across the underneath of your jaw, and then other hand from one side to the other. Hands to your opposite shoulders, smooth down toward your elbows. And hands on the tops of your legs, smooth down toward your knees. Roll through your shoulders, move through your head. Take a big soft inhale, reach all the way up overhead, put your hands together. Exhale and draw your hands down center line. Notice whatever senses are available to you. You might notice what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, or what you're touching. And then you can soften your focus a little bit, maybe bring one hand inside the other. Give yourself a finishing posture, just observing. Big soft inhale, breath through your nose, and exhale through your mouth. Thanks so much. Thanks for practicing today with me and with Comeback Yoga. I hope you'll go to our website, comebackyoga.org, find out more about us. You can um, find out about the programs that we offer available to you, and we're all across Colorado in person classes, live streaming classes, our YouTube channel, we're on PBS. We have an amazing staff who's happy to help you, so please take care, take advantage of all the resources available to you, and join the community however you wish. I hope you'll do that, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.